It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and we've got the Rocket on.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And the Las Vegas first down.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Titan defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Slant route to Miller. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Titans at 14-1 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And let's remember that last week that this offense
They played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely...
He's got him in, complete. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Titans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now the first carry here for their running back. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Third and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Newell. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll try the right side with Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Off play action. Newell. And this is going to be incomplete. You talk about this Titan defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Now Levis going for the deep ball. He's got it at the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. He'll find Miller. That's complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down. This defense for the Titans, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
While you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw again. That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 2nd quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Back to throw. Newell. Open man there is Darnell Washington. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
And all will be intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A turnover is obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Here's Levis. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage, and they can get on top of you in a heartbeat.
Levis sets up to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Shelton. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
We always talk about, we always look for guys with fresh legs down the stretch of a long NFL season. Well, in Week 16, he was the AFC Player of the Week. It looks like he's going to be strong for Week 17 as well.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Pacheco. Pushes him over. And this is going to be a Titans 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200-plus?
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 coming up. Levis to throw it.
And it's caught. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Chase Claypool.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Titans have moved out in front.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll give up the gut for Murray. Able to fight through 1 tackle.
Rick Woolen in on the stop.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 5.
Completes it to Miller. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Newell. Catch made here by Campbell. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Looking to throw. Newell throwing the out route and complete. That's Bowers. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Back to throw. Newell. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
And the Raiders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. In motion, the tight end. Looking to throw. Newell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
The Titans offense and their running back Isaiah Pacheco getting set for this next possession. And with just 2 weeks left in the regular season, you can see he leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
Runs over it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
And the Titans first pick.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Levis looking to throw.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. So here's a 3rd and 14. Levis back to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position.
The Titans offense and quarterback Will Levis ready to go to work once more.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he'll go down at the 28.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
First down, Tennessee.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
A give right side for Pacheco.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Pacheco is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll try and run with Pacheco.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Operating from the gun, Newell. Campbell making the catch. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Off the play fake. Newell under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
2nd and 9. Levis.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on the punt for Tennessee. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Finding Miller once more, complete.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at about the 28. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And 3rd and 1 now.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 149 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Right back to him on first down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down. And they'll run with Pacheco. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here's Pacheco. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Well, now how about this return? And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 38-yard line. Back to throw. Newell. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
A big play looming on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Newell. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Now a run with Pacheco.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Here's Levis.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 47 yards.
And the Titans are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this.
And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They'll look to throw here on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer, and they get the safety there.
And this is one I think where the safety's usually got to come a long way. So sometimes it's tough for them to slow down that momentum. That's going to draw the flag more times than not.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game. Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Now Levis.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what